Deep below, far, far below Salexi's castle, there resides a cave, more like catacombs, if you will, the size of which could house an entire city network if it wanted to. And it does hold such a city that expands for countless miles and goes far beneath the ground, always ever on. But this was no city. This was a factory, a laboratory of sorts. And it is here that Salexi's most dangerous minion resides, Melinda the Machinator, who is dangerously intelligent, for they are untethered by reason or restriction. They toil away in this laboratory, supposedly trying to create this cybernetic army, these machine thralls of undead and hellish creatures, sometimes even angels, to assist Salexi with their grand schemes. However, Salexi knows better. Salexi knows that Melinda cannot help themselves, and must constantly creating things that should never be, and what could be. However, what makes Melinda the most dangerous is that Salexi can't tell if Melinda is serving her own interests or Salexi's interests. Are they truly serving them? Do they truly believe in their cause? Or are they simply pretending to serve them so they can gain the benefit of their resources and their protection, meanwhile amassing strength and arms and followers right underneath their noses, pretending that it's all for Salexi? At least with Karasmos, Salexi knows about their treachery. But Melinda, on the other hand, is a far more complicated puzzle to solve. Even though Salexi commands them, Salexi still has to tread carefully when talking to them. Because while they do serve them, and while their souls are intertwined together, Melinda has made themselves far too useful to be expendable. And she knows this all too well. Anytime Salexi is critically injured, they are the only ones that know how to nurse them back to health.
And there we go. Arms and legs, back where they should be. Head, still intact. Connection to the realm, strong as ever.
Ah, ever the masterful surgeon you are. Everything's still perfect, as I am. Thank you, dear. That angel really nicked me good this time, didn't they?
Though, Master, I must ask why you keep goading angels into killing you over and over. My only working hypothesis as of present is that this crazed mania of yours is only serving to hide your true intentions.
You know how angels are. They always give off this aura, this personality of this self-proposed perfectionist ideal that they're always right about everything. And every single time that they try to talk to me and they show this, I refuse to acknowledge it even by a single inch of that notion. And of course, their first reaction when someone finally tells them, no, you're wrong, they just instead want to kill you. And yet they call themselves holy. How ironic.
So, mere recklessness then.
'Tis also a dash of recklessness, yes.
You only feel so comfortable making such boasts because you can't permanently die. Without your curse, you'd be far more careful.
Perhaps. But I dislike providing those angels with even but an inch. I will spite them, even at the most pettiest degree. Even if it costs my life 1,000 times. I know I cannot die, and I know that I will keep coming back each time. I know that I am reckless solely because of this, but to me now life is but a resource, and I spend it very, very liberally.
So you are suicidal?
No, I live life to its fullest, and consequences be damned! You know our ways. Life has taken everything from us, both heaven and hell, and thus we take everything back and apologize for nothing. And if I may be so bold, I could say for myself that I deserve that right above us all, after what life took from me.
Such bravery, such courage from a being who knows nothing of real final death.
And what do you know of real death? We live in the realm of finality. The realm where all things, angel, demon, sinner, redeemed, all things, even gods, go to die. I have been here far longer than you. I have seen the depths of the void itself, and I molded you by the power of its entropy. You and I are beings that do not know the end of death. We will persist where nothing else could. When all is naught but ash and sorrow, beings like you, like me, the twins, Timothy, Cole, and the others, they will still be alive, even when everything is ashes. So don't tell me that you know more about true death than I do.
I am by no means claiming to know death better than you. You fucked him once.
Oh, ha ha ha, very funny.
But all jesting aside, Master, with all the vast amounts of knowledge you have about the end that meets us all in that empty head of yours, look what you do with it. A mere prankster kicking at heaven's gate, a jester of only half life. We have been fully prepared for the Black Crusade for months. Years. What more do we need before we besiege the Golden Gates?
Besieging the gates of heaven is not something we can take lightly. We can't exactly do a takesies-backsies. There is no retreating once it starts. Once we besiege the gates, if we do not win, we will all perish permanently. And maybe a lot of us would want that to finally end. But then we won't have our vengeance, and I won't be able to satisfy my petty murder fetish with God and his mortal manservants. Nor would I be even able to see the look on Lucifer's face when I get him to admit what he did to me, and oh, let me tell you, I would very much like to see that. And you, my dear scientist, my little mad maiden of the forbidden ways, you would not be able to accomplish your little Deus Ex Machina if we all perish at the gates before we can even get inside. So, because of that, we need to make sure that we have every single T crossed, every single I dotted, and a legion upon legions. I need every single last resource, every single weapon, every single advantage that we are going to need if this is going to work. Trust me, with the things I've seen beyond the veil, there's far worse things than death, and far worse things than persisting forever.
Ah! So Salexi Rebane is afraid of something.
I do not fear what happens to me. In fact, whatever punishment comes my way when my true end comes, I'll be real with you, I very much deserve it. But I fear that if we fail, that God's status quo will go on. Humanity will be forever trapped and enslaved, squished into this neat little box, never to rise. Always just continue the same thing day in and day out. never to know the truth of what their real potential really is. We have to end this constant push and pull of good and evil. There is no good or evil. There is just mankind. Only that. Just mankind. No gods.
You know just as well as I do that destroying heaven won't end mankind's enslavement to God. Science will.
Science appears to be your answer for literally everything. Before it was a joke, now it's more curious. Let me ask you this. We tease you a lot here and there about your little Deus Ex Machina project, but let me ask you legitimately. If we did win, what exactly is your plan, Are you gonna replace God with a literal machine, Some giant godly server tower or some bullshit like that?
When Lucifer failed to sculpt you into the anathema, he had the right idea. He had all the ingredients, and it would and could have worked. All he needed was more time, the right procedure, a steady hand, the right calculations, and no interruptions from some jealous, conniving god.
And what? You think you can do it correctly?
I know I can.
So, shall I get on the surgery table and let you tear my body up once again? What's left of my soul is grounded into the fabric of time and reality, and you would do it again? Do you even know what you would be asking of me?
No, not you. No offense, Master, but the previous apotheosis attempt has left your soul too scarred and broken. We need a new vessel. It's finding a mortal that will do that's troublesome.
So we shall kill God, replace God with yet another God that we mortals made up, only to become the very thing we work so hard to destroy.
It will be different this time. This time, all mankind shall live as gods. They'll all have the power to be their own master. There will be no more masters. No more lords, no more. Just as we all strive for.
True, but then we would have a whole bunch of overpowered Mary Sues running around the whole universe all trying to kill each other to be the head dog. Sure, mankind is already capable of such great destruction and horrible travesties even without being gods. Could you imagine what it would be like if they also had godlike powers to boot? You might as well just destroy the whole universe at that point.
Let's say we purge the world of gods. How long do you think it'll take before someone or something else takes their place? The universe and its unseen forces are formidable, Salexi, but my way will last much longer before a new prime deity develops. Long enough to do something about it.
My dearest Melinda, you and I both know that's not correct. You and I know very well that it's because you want an excuse to make your perfect human, this being that is incorruptible, perfect in every way. But you and I both know that that cannot be done. There's no such thing as a flawless human. It's not worth it, trust me.
It is worth it! Who are you, the fool who gets their kicks from dying at the hands of angels over and over and over again to tell me what anything is worth? It is worth everything and anything. Why is it so wrong for me to want perfection? Why must I subject myself to a life of endless flaws, endless disappointment, endless waiting?
Because our flaws is what makes us real. It makes us even more real than this so-called flawless God that the humans worship and praise. The humans praise and worship such a thing because they cannot even conceive such a thing. To be flawless is entirely subjective. Everyone can always find a flaw in something. To make something truly flawless is to make it bland, boring, lifeless, empty, because everyone sees a flaw in anything. Even if you write 1,000 books as to why this thing that you've created is flawless, both mathematically, physically, spiritually, whatever it be, is flawless, someone out there will find a flaw in it. And perhaps it itself will have a flaw that even you can't see, which means that you would be driving yourself mad for all eternity, trying to reach towards something that you cannot reach. Well, more mad than you are now, as am I. We are beautifully flawed in our own way, and that is what makes us perfect. That our traumas is what shapes us. Our history is what molds us. And if you take that away, you make this bland thing of nothingness even more nothing than the realm we live in.
Flowery, poetic nonsense. I will help you, Sal. I will help you bring down God and usher in the masterless world we all desire, but I will not stop my life's work.
And it is just that, your life's work, a task never ending, for perfection is merely subjective. And you are quite biased.
Yes. And subjective. It is. It is in fact subjective to my designs. I know better than anyone, even you, Salexi, what perfection is. And with these hands that I myself have forged, I will have my magnum opus. There is no magic that cannot be tamed by circuitry. There are no gods. There never have been. There is nothing that cannot be achieved by good science. No truth can be uttered that can't be matched by the certainty of steel. It is metal that will cleanse the uncertainty of flesh. It is metal that will bind and tame the untamable. It is metal that will make known the unfathomable, and I will have my world of metal, my world of truth, with or without you, Master.